child, it is hot out here. I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible. I was asked last night, I've been being asked this question multiple times in such a short period of time that it's kind of disgusting to me, but people keep asking me, am I healed yet from what happened in my marriage and going through the divorce and all the stuff that happened with that? It's like, can you give it a minute? It's only been since December, and then there was stuff going on before then, and then it's only August, so can I have a minute? I'm not rushing myself, and I'm not trying to rush back into anything with anyone, because I see that there are places where I'm still bleeding. There are places where I'm still... There was a meme on Instagram. I'm trying to remember how exactly it went. It was saying that basically, like, heal the wounds that you have, or else you will be bleeding on people that didn't harm you. And I totally believe that. I totally believe that it takes time. Even if our relationship was healthy, which it wasn't, even if it wasn't toxic, which it was, even if we just had a regular old, relationship with regular old relationship problems and just mutually decided to break up, there's still healing that needs to take place. But because of the circumstances surrounding why the marriage ended, what was going on in the marriage in the first place, that takes time, that takes mental health assistance if necessary. And of course, I am in no way against that. That is something that I know helped me through many things in my life, and something that I definitely need to continue with. But I am so tired of people asking me. First of all, when someone is truly healed, it should be evident. It should be something that radiates from them. And though I am purposely not allowing myself to stay in a certain place psychologically, that doesn't mean that I don't understand how people can... This is why a lot of people jump from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. They take the toxicity from one relationship and bring it into the other, and then they take that and bring it into another. This is why there are so many broken, shattered people on Instagram trying to look coupled up and booed up like they don't have any problems, on Facebook checking in at restaurants that everybody goes to, trying to seem like things are better than they are, because you haven't healed from whatever happened to you in your childhood, whatever happened to you in your 20s, your 30s, whatever. And you take that into relationship after relationship after relationship, and it's like, aren't you tired of bleeding all over the place? Why not heal from what you're going through, and then say, you know what, okay, now I think I'm ready to experience intimacy on an emotional level with someone. I personally am not in that space yet. That doesn't mean that I'm not living my life, that I'm not having fun, that I'm not, looking forward to things. And I mean, there's so many things even in the next few months that are going to be happening that I'm like, okay, God, I'm focused on those things. I'm focused on work. I'm focused on making these videos. I'm focused on healing, doing everything that I can to not allow what happened to me to be just another story, to be just another thing that happened to somebody. I want people to see what I dealt with and what I was able to come out of, and know that if I can make it, they can make it too. But this whole thing of, are you healed yet? Are you healed yet? Are you healed yet? Are you dating yet? It's like, shut up. Like, no. I'm still triggered by things. I had some business to take care of today, and it's like really annoying changing your name back from your married name to your maiden name. And there's still some things that have his last name on it, which is just like, ugh. So as I was taking care of that business, starting something else, the previous thing popped up because of my email address, and things had to be changed and fixed and everything. It's just like, just seeing my name with his name was a trigger for me, and I could feel it. I could immediately feel my body tense up, and I could feel my mood change just from seeing his name, because everything about that name was, first of all, a lot of the stuff was a lie. A lot of the stuff that I was made to feel was what it wasn't. So it just brought all of that emotion and all of that sadness and all that anger up. Just from seeing his name, his last name, just made me feel like, girl, why did you marry him? Why? It's very interesting when you realize your calling, and you have a calling to help people. That also makes you a target for people that want to use, misuse, and abuse you. And it took for this marriage to happen for me to see things the way I was supposed to see them all along. And on one hand, it infuriates me, but then on the other hand, it's like, well, if it wasn't this, it would have been something else. And I've said this before, and I will continue to say this. This will be one of my catchphrases, because it's true. You minister to potential. You don't marry it. And you don't marry someone based off of your optimism about who they claim they are striving to be, about who they claim that they are. You got to have proof before you link your life up with someone, because anybody can say, oh, I'm going to do this, and this is what I want to do. There's plenty of stuff I can say about what I want to do in the future, but that gives me no right, none whatsoever, to pursue anyone romantically right now. That would be so dumb. Can anybody just be single for 5 minutes? Like, I know y'all want to have sex, and y'all want to be out here and feel like you're with somebody, and you have this, you have that. Sex ain't, look, listen. There's no sex in the world, no companionship in the world that can trump your peace. Because see, right now, I don't have a man. I'm not having sex. Haven't had sex since September 2nd, 2017. Yes, I remember the last time I had sex, because I knew it was going to be the last time I had sex. The way that it was. You have to be okay with being by yourself before you can be with somebody else. And I've said this in previous videos when I was single the first time, but y'all are getting ridiculous. Like, y'all are just hot in the pants and antsy and don't want to. It's just, put some ice on it. Okay? Relax. Do I still have sexual desires? Of course. I had sexual desires before I got married. So of course I had, once you engage in activity, it makes you want it more, because you're like, ooh, okay, well, I want to see what more can come of this. But especially for women, when there's stuff going on outside of the bedroom that's not right, it will translate into things not being right in the bedroom. So you got to make sure that stuff is right on the outside first before you try to do stuff on the inside. Intimacy is a very serious thing. Being emotionally and physically and spiritually intimate with someone is a very important thing, and it's something that you should not take lightly. I cannot stress that enough. I got married with the best intentions, and things still got screwed up, because it takes two. It takes two to make it, and it takes two to break it. It takes some time, and there's no specific time frame, because a lot of people are like, well, should it be 3 months? Should it be 6 months? Should it be a year? Should it be 2 years? I am not the authority on time frames for healing, okay? Because I don't feel it yet. For me, it takes time, and there's so many people that want to love and want to love a person in a healthy way, and they come across somebody that has all of the outward appearances of being healed, but they're dead inside, but they're hurting, but there's all this stuff, all this gunk in their heart that's not allowing them to love people the right way. And there are always signs. There are always signs. If you're the one that's constantly giving, and all you're hearing is promises, all you're hearing is, well, in the future, and this is what, and no. And this goes for men and women, because my advice is gender neutral. I speak about things from a female perspective, obviously, because I'm a woman, but what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What's good for men, for women, when I give advice about certain things and when I share my viewpoints on things, is just as good for men. So because there are a lot of toxic women out there too. There are a lot of women that need a man to feel validated. They need a man to take care of them financially, emotionally. They need a man to speak up for them. They need a man to do this, to do that. And they bounce from man to man to man to man. And there are a lot of good men out there that have loved a woman unconditionally, have loved a woman with their whole heart, have loved a woman with the most healthy intentions possible, and she screwed them over. So just like it can happen with a woman, it can happen with a man too. Do not use another person to heal you. That's not what people are for. People are not meant to be used as a means to heal yourself. That has to happen within you. You can't attach yourself to someone in an effort to feel normal, because a lot of people do that. They're so broken and they're so bruised and they're so discombobulated emotionally that they think, if I attach myself to a person that wants to love me and that sees me beyond who I really am, then that'll make me feel more normal. That'll make me look more normal, and I can live a more normal life based on how it looks. Too many lies, too much manipulation. If you worked as hard to be an actual good person, to really be an actual good person, to really treat people with love and respect and dignity, if you worked just as hard at that or more as you do at manipulating, see how I can get this from this person and how I can get that from there would be so much less pain when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriages. Healing is not based on time, in the time that you want it to happen. It's not based on circumstances. Because I thought, once I move out, then I'll feel better. Not having to see him every day, not having to hear his freaking voice every day. Oh, I'm going to feel better. No. Because every time I'm reminded of the promises that he broke before and after the divorce, things that he promised to do, ways that he promised to be that he wasn't, it just brings it back up again. And that's just another sign that it's not over yet. I have not healed yet. And I have no problem saying that. I have no problem admitting that. So many people are scared to admit that they're not there yet, to the point where they go and grasp at everything that they think will make them look healed. Instead of working hard to look healed, work hard to actually be healed. Alright, it's hot out here. I'm in the shade, but it's hot, so I gotta go inside. But I love you guys. I don't know what else to say. Alright, love you guys. Bye.